Porefining mask by Sand and Sky really that dope? Is it really doing what it says it's supposed to do? We're gonna find out in this video. Hey guys, what up? Welcome back. This is the iDestiny and this is the LA lifestyle on a budget. So skincare and thriftwear, if that's what you're into, hit the subscribe button below. Now, today, as I mentioned previously, we are reviewing the Sand and Sky mask. I know this is something that you guys have probably seen a bajillion reviews on, but I figured since we do a lot of skincare on this channel, it would be actually nice to try a product of this stature, of this price range for you guys who might be interested. Because I mean, when companies launch products like this, you never really know, okay, how many of the big top influencers got this, you know, in a PR bag and are kind of just doing this, you know, for the brand, saying it works and things like that. And I mean, honestly, a lot of times when you go on websites to look at skincare products and you look at the reviews, some of them you can kind of tell like, okay, you got free products and you were kind of hyping it up. So I really wanted to come on here and give you guys my honest review. You guys know that I always give you the true tea, but I don't believe in just absolutely bashing and smashing products. I believe in letting them speak for themselves. So we're gonna do this live on camera and give you guys the true tea on this mask. Does it work? I'm gonna zoom in. Is it gonna refine my pores? Because this is the Australian Pink Clay Pore Refining Mask. So they do have a couple other products at this point. I think this was kind of like their flagship product, if you will, for probably, I want to say like the better half of a year or so. We've started seeing the industry kind of transition into doing a lot of these clay masks that are more moisturizing as well as refining and purifying and things like that. So I just did another one from another Australian company on this channel last week. So if you guys weren't here for that, I'm gonna link that up here above for you guys to check out. So let's go ahead and jump into it and give you guys the specs off the top. So this mask retails for, I think it was around $44, or I think it was $49 actually. So definitely on the steeper side, definitely at the higher end of some of y'all's budgets. But if it works, it works. And one of the things that I did like just from noticing off the jump is it says a little bit goes a long way. So I love the fact that they know their product is on the more expensive side and they are willing to kind of give you a product that will last you a little bit longer. That way you're not having to buy a new jar every single freaking month. So my wonderful sister got me this for Christmas. So this is, I think, their travel size, a 1 US ounce or 30 grams, whereas the normal size is, okay, so the normal size is 60 grams, so that's double this. So a little bit bigger. I'd say that that's probably around the size of most kind of jar masks. I do love the fact that they do kind of give you your money's worth as far as packaging. If I'm gonna spend $50 on up for a product, I expect the packaging to be nice. I expect it to be very chic. This is definitely like a more dense container. I'm not sure what this material is. This rim here is plastic, but this bottom part almost feels like metal, or it's very heavy duty, so I love that factor. The larger size does come with a brush. I don't see that mine comes with one. Oh, there's a little scooper in here. That's cute. So just know if you get the travel size, there is going to be a little scooper in here. And for those of you that are interested, Sand and Sky is like a cruelty-free company. They are like gluten-free and paraben-free and all those other things as far as specs, which is very important to a lot of you guys here in LA, as well as some of those of you that might be allergic to certain things. So their brand is pretty clean. Kaolin, water, bentonite, aloe. So bentonite is definitely a core ingredient in a lot of clay masks. If you're not familiar, I've reviewed just plain bentonite clay masks on this channel. I reviewed tons of other clay masks that have bentonite in them, so you just got to check out for that. Aloe leaf juice, fruit extract, licorice root extract. So a lot of plant extracts, things like bark, things like twig. One thing I'm seeing that I do not like on this is that there's perfume or fragrance on here. So I'm not a fan of that. I'm not really sensitive to smells, but I just don't like the fact that they have to add that in there. I don't see any kind of like weird food colorings or red 40 or anything weird like that in there, so that's good. So that meaning that the color of the mask actually comes from the rich natural ingredients in it and not from them adding like weird colorings and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so upon smelling it, it doesn't really have a strong smell. It's just very light and faint. It smells very natural. I don't know if the smell would affect some of you, how you would feel about it. I just don't like the fact that they've added fragrance in there, just because it's like, it's really hard to kind of regulate fragrances. You don't know where they come from, but the brand does say that it's vegan, so we do know that the fragrance comes from something else. We just don't know what. So they gave me this little spatula, which is cute. It says a little goes a long way, and I'm seeing on the site and Instagram that girls are putting on very, very thin layers of it, which is nice. So I'm gonna just use this little scooper just to scoop a little bit of product out of here. And then I'm gonna use my handy dandy silicone applicator to kind of just smooth it out. So a little does go a long way, because again, you guys know that I have the travel size. Right. Let's go ahead and spread this out. Oh, okay, yeah, the coverage is pretty nice. It does spread very, very easily. It's not like one of those super thick, goopy kind of clay masks where you feel like, okay, crap, like I've used up half the jar on my face and I can't even spread it across my nose. So, spreading very easily. So we just need a light layer per the brand's instructions. Okay, upon spreading it out, I am feeling like a tingliness on the skin. Doesn't really bother me because you guys know I'd be doing these treatments all day, but for some of you that are a little bit more sensitive, it might bother you a little bit, but it's not really bothering me. I don't have sensitive skin. Along with the specs, it says that this mask is pretty much for all skin types. It's like, it's for oily skin, or if you have dry skin, or if you have sensitive skin, or if you have combination skin. It just kind of gives like all these different factors and stuff, so. Okay, this mask does dry down pretty quick, so you kind of have to move. Okay, so it does look a little bit patchy, but I've noticed also kind of in other reviews and people trying it on Instagram that when they were spreading it, it was looking a little bit on the patchier side, so that's fine. Let me set my timer because it says that it's supposed to dry down in about 10 minutes, and I'm expecting to see results when I come back, just because I had mentioned this in my previous video that I did on another Australian clay mask, that I haven't really been doing clay masks all that much this winter. I've been doing more like sheet mask and moisturizing, you know, treatments and things like that, lots of hyaluronic acid, and so my pores are just a little on the gooky side, so I'm expecting to see, you know, some junk being pulled out, as well as, you know, this brand also claims to give you kind of that dewy, that radiant look, so let's see if it really does what it says it's supposed to do. Alright, so time's up. The directions didn't tell me how to get the mask off. It didn't say to use a warm towel. It didn't say to rinse with water. So we're just gonna rinse with water and then pat our face dry. But as you guys can see, the mask is completely dry. I don't have any like little patchy areas where it just still feels damp. I am getting more of that fragrance coming through as the mask dried down, so I will tell you that. But the mask is firm, but not super hard where I feel like I can't move my face. My face is still malleable. I can still kind of like talk, but it's not uncomfortably tight where you just feel like your whole face is about to come off. So that's good. We did use a light layer, which the mask did specify. So let me rinse it off and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so patting my face dry. And the mask, the thing that I really liked about it, as far as rinsing it off, was it came off super easily. I just used kind of like warmish water, not too hot, not too cold, and the second I put it on my face, it just immediately kind of turned back into that clay-like consistency, and it just started kind of sliding off. So I didn't have to scrub my face. I didn't have to keep going over and over and over and over with layers of, you know, warm water, so that was good. Now, let's do the true exam though. Let's zoom in and see what this mask is really about. Okay, so my face like feels soft to the touch, but I don't know if you guys can see like just this little bit of dryness like around my nose area. Like my skin definitely feels like it needs some moisture. It feels like it definitely needs like a serum or a spray or something, but it does feel soft. I am getting a little bit of a glow, but it's not like this ultra radiant, super crazy glow or anything like that. My face doesn't feel as dry as it does with other bentonite clay masks, where I just feel like my face is completely devoid of moisture. But at the same time, it definitely feels like I need to follow up with my other steps, which is interesting because I looked at the packaging and I don't see any mention that it says to, nope. It just says leave on for 10 minutes, and then it just kind of specifies like, hey, if you have oily skin, use it like 3 to 4 times a week. If you have kind of more dry skin, use it 1 to 2 times a week. So it doesn't really specify like, hey, rinse off with warm water or cool water and follow up with your moisturizer. I think it just kind of expects you to just think that this is kind of a you know, end all be all type treatment, but I definitely need moisture after this. Okay, so I am going to use my Ebanel Hyaluronic Acid. And this is an actual like peptide serum as well. So it's just gonna give my skin that extra little barrier of moisture that was kind of taken away when I used the mask. The skin up. There we go. And now I can see kind of like that radiantness kind of pulling through a little bit more. It is playing nice with my serum, so that's good. You want products that play nice with each other. And then I'm going to use my Ebanel Organic Argan Oil. A few drops of that. Kind of mix it in with a little bit of serum that's left on my hands. Kind of pat that in, smooth it out. And just for the record, I do have kind of oily combination skin. And then I'm going to use my Simplified Skin eye cream. Just because I feel with clay mask, even though you don't go all the way up to your eyes, obviously, you know, just from you rinsing the clay off your face and kind of rushing over your eyelids and stuff like that, your eye area does or can get kind of dry. So we're just going to pat that in. All right, so what are my thoughts overall? Overall, I would say that this is a good mask. I wouldn't say that it's like the best skincare product I've ever tried in my life, and oh my god, you have to go get 10 cases of it. So, I mean, the ingredients are amazing. I love the packaging. I love that it feels luxurious. I love the fact that the mask, you know, you can put on a light layer, and my pores actually looked clean. They actually looked like, you know, some of that junk came out of there, and it didn't leave my face, you know, super dry or just in desperate need of moisture after using it, so that's great. But at the same time, you know, for $50, I mean, for me, I would say that, you know, I try products all the time. I'm always trying things out on the channel. I've tried, you know, a decent handful of moisturizing kind of clay masks over the past, you know, even just the past 2 weeks, and even over the past year. So for me, you know, I was really expecting to be like wowed, like kicked in the face when I tried this mask and be like, oh my god, this is like the best thing ever. It is a really great mask, and I would say for $50, I can see how that mask would be kind of worth that price, especially if you're somebody who has definitely more combination or oily skin. You're really looking for a really great kind of clay mask that's gonna actually purify your pores, because a lot of clay masks that are on this kind of moisturizing kick say that they do, but they don't. So this one actually purified my pores and didn't strip my face too much, but you definitely have to follow up with some products. But that's just natural skincare to begin with. I'm not gonna be super picky and expect this to be, you know, a product that you could just use solely by itself and not do anything beforehand or after. That's kind of my general take. I love the ingredients. I just wish they would get rid of that fragrance or that perfume in there. Maybe one of the ingredients in there that's on the more natural side, maybe it has kind of a weird, you know, smell to it when it kind of sits, you know, with that shelf life. I don't really know. I don't know if they're using that fragrance kind of like to cover up. I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like for a product of this price point, for a product that is this quality with a lot of really great ingredients in there, I feel like that just kind of like makes it trip a little bit at the finish line. Like it crossed the finish line, but it kind of tripped at the end and didn't like finish out smoothly 100% the way that I was expecting it to. So I definitely would say if you're in college and you have some roommates, or maybe you have like some sisters or your mom or whatever that you want to share, you know, this mask with, because you guys know that you're going to be using it maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, I would say for you guys to kind of go in on it together and kind of budget it out that way. Now, I will give it the benefit of the doubt, just because since I do really, you know, do a good job of upkeeping with my skincare, since I'm always trying out skincare products, my face isn't like my skin isn't toe up. So if you're somebody who doesn't really take care of your skin, if you're somebody who's been struggling with your skin for a while, and maybe you try this product and it is a miracle product for you, maybe you do see amazing, phenomenal results, but it's because maybe you're not using quality products like this all the time. For me, who is using quality products all the time, and by the way, a lot of the products I do use are on a budget, so that's great as well. If you're just not using quality products, or you're just kind of using run-of-the-mill drugstore stuff that really strips your skin and is not really benefiting your skin in any way, and then you use a product like this, obviously you're gonna see some bomb-tastic results. But just for me personally, I feel like the results were good. They were definitely like a solid effort. They definitely came through with some results, but it just wasn't as, you know, fantastic as I was expecting it to be. But that's my review of the Sand and Sky Australian Pore Refining Mask, that's called. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video if you want to see more, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more dope reviews where I'm giving you guys the true tea on these hot products that are hitting the market. And like this video if you want to see more. I'll be posting more as usual. Make sure to do well and be well, and I'll see you later.